Oh, I wanted to say Happy New Year to everybody that joined my channel or supported my channel with a super chat or a donation during 2024. Oh, wait, that would be nobody. Never mind. Never mind. I take that back. All right. What time is it? I don't know. I have no idea what time it is. We'll go live or I'll talk at the 2 minute mark. Maybe. Or maybe I'll take a nap. I don't know. I don't know. I'm sure everybody out there is probably with their hundreds of friends celebrating the new year. Oh wait, nobody out there has any friends. That's why we have YouTube. All right, we're at the 2 minute mark soon. Nobody's logging in, so I'm going to cover up. Probably grab about a 10-minute nap, and then I'll probably go eat dinner. Looks like we are at the 2 minute mark. All right. I was hoping for a nice, happy New Year's Eve. This is the first New Year's Eve without the dog. And it's lost my one viewer. And I was hoping for no stress or tension in the house and made my mom dinner and that was that. I'll leave it at that. I'm not going to go into detail. So, um, New Year's Eve, I'm probably going to stay home. Well, I am going to stay home. It's freezing outside in Los Angeles. It's very cold. I think it's like in the 50s. It's really cold out here. A little bit of wind chill. I just saw the possum on the video camera jumping around on the fence. And earlier I saw the crows trying to steal the nuts that I put out there for Squirrely. And Squirrely didn't come out much today, so I don't know how much of the food I left out there was consumed by them. And I guess that's it. So it's really quiet outside where I live. It's a fairly quiet area. I wouldn't say. Let's just say it's an upper class. Average income in this area is, I don't know. I'd say the average. Thanks for the like. The average income in the neighborhood that I live in, if you buy a house, you have to make minimum $150,000 a year just to be able to survive, making the payments and everything else. Hopefully, you've got two incomes, then you're doing okay. So it's fairly quiet over here. There's not really many problems. What time is it? I'm guessing it's somewhere like 7 or 8 o'clock. My mom has been in the den on the sofa for the last 10 hours, which means that I don't get to stretch out on the sofa. It also means that I don't get to watch TV. It also means that I don't get to relax. And that's been the problem since I moved in here to be her caregiver. It's a nightmare. So, and she knows exactly how I feel. Um, I didn't think she was going to live throughout the year. With her health issues, I thought, no way. So she made it through another year. I don't think she's going to make it through the rest of this year because I'm seeing major health declines in walking and memory and eating. So if I wasn't making meals for her she would definitely not eat. And I guess that's it. So I'm going to be kicking back for the night. I just watched about 47 videos on YouTube about Japanese house construction, plane spotting, what's going on in Russia, what's happening in Gaza, the what's happening in the world, what's happening in Syria and Israel, and I can sum it up that the whole world is flipping out and they're all crazy. And you just gotta stay in your house. Fill your NutriBullet with strawberries and blueberries and protein powder. I haven't even had dinner. Like 8 o'clock, I'm waiting for her to get out of that room. I asked her earlier. I said, I said, please get out of this room so that I can have the den for at least a couple hours. And what's going to end up happening is she's going to stay in that room till 8 or 9 o'clock. Then she's going to go in the kitchen. Then she's going to play cards. Then she's going to use her nebulizer. Then she's going to go back in the den. And about 11 or 12, she'll say, okay, you can have the room. So it's not a happy place here. Yeah, not a happy place. I haven't done a lot of plane spotting. I don't like the cold weather. You can only stand out I used to go to Westchester Bridge all the time, and I'm just burned out on the whole thing. I mean, how many times can you go to one place and look at airplanes? And Clutter Park, a bunch of clowns at Clutter Park. Why is my voice so raspy? Since I moved in here, my voice is just gone from all the tension. So now I'm shooting video of squirrels, and I can't post the video of the possum. I'm not going to post that. Doing a lot of squirrels, a lot of birds. I posted a video of the owl a couple days ago. Lots of Costco videos, the food, the hot dog, the nasty hot dogs, the gross pizzas. I don't know. I hope they change the menu. I know a lot of people say, "Oh, the hot dog's great." No, the hot dog's terrible. The chicken sandwich terrible. The pizza is terrible. Half the time they don't get the mixture right on the Pepsi. So, but I will tell you, I just went to Costco today and spent about $200 and some dollars, and yesterday I spent 400 and something, and I probably am averaging 15-20,000 a year at Costco. I go there all the time. It's my home away from home, my peace place. And watching the squirrels. What happened with Squirrely today? I walked outside. Today was really kind of quiet. I saw the squirrel on the camera, and they were running around, but not a lot. And then I went up there this morning, and it's fascinating because when I walk out there, I always say, squirrely. And I would say right now, 90% of the time, the squirrel is either on the fence looking and watching me or waiting for me, or they come running out. And like today, the squirrel didn't come out. I stayed there for about half an hour and I thought, I'm just going to Costco. Wasn't going to go to Costco. I want to see what it's like on New Year's Eve day. And I looked up and Squirrely was there. So I gave Squirrely some nuts and she ate them. And then she disappeared. And I'm like, all right, I'm done with this. And I did my big shopping thing at Costco and then came back here and the same usual sitting on the sofa in the slippers and the nightgown for the last 5 years thing that I am just totally over. You can deal with it for a little bit, but enough already. So then I took a nap because I was exhausted. And right now I probably haven't eaten since 10, 11, 12. I probably haven't eaten in 10 hours. I went back outside and I said, squirrely. Squirrely. And Squirrely was there. So I put nuts on the fence, and Squirrely was eating the nuts and then running down the power line and going to hide them, and then came back, and I recorded it. I'm going to look and see if I got it on the camera. I'm not sure that I captured it, but I did record Squirrely standing there eating the nuts, and then I look and realize that Squirrely kind of tenses up, and I look over to the left, and there's the other squirrel, and I don't know which one of them annoys the other. The internet says this is just typical squirrel life. They either are siblings, or they annoy each other, or they chase each other, and it could be a game. It's usually a game and not aggressive, but a lot of times when they're eating food, one of the squirrels will go up and chase the other, and that the other one ends up going up the power pole and sits on the little foot peg and eats the nut. And like, hey, you're not going to chase me away. You're not going to bother me. I'm going to sit up here. You can't catch me, and I'm going to eat. So I see the two squirrels face to face, and I had nuts in 4 different locations. So the squirrels are at a big face-off, and I said, "Don't you do that!" And they both they both stopped and looked at me, and I said, "Don't you fight! You stop that!" And the squirrel on the left turned around and went back to the other set of nuts, and the squirrel on the right stayed there and ate the nuts that were there, and then went up the phone pole, and then they both disappeared. And so I looked on the camera later, and the crows went and ate it. It was really sad. The crows, I can't stand crows. They're so annoying. Even though I gave them like, what, 5 or 10 pounds of cashews yesterday and made a video of them. Like, there were literally 24, 25 crows that I counted 25. It's so hard because they fly off right away, but I counted 25, 24 crows on the lawn eating the cashews, and they were there for about 10 minutes. I should have pointed the camera a little higher up. The video would have been better, but I didn't want to put somebody else's car in the video. So I saw the crows will attack squirrels, but out here they seemed, I read something where it says the squirrel kind of like works with the crow can benefit from the squirrel, and the squirrel can benefit from the crow. So out here there's so much food, I guess. I don't know what it is. They don't attack each other. I've watched where the crows are on the ground eating the bird seed, and the squirrel just runs right up to them and chases them away. So I saw the squirrels. I left the nuts out there. I went back out there like 2 hours later. They were still there. And I thought, all right, something's going on. It's a cold day. The squirrels didn't come around. They didn't want to play. They didn't really want to eat. And I saw the crows do a dive bomb and grab all the nuts off of the fence right as Squirrely was running to the nut area, probably trying to save the nuts. So I'm not worried. I've given them so much food I've given them a lot of food, an incredible amount of food. I'm spending a ton of money on feeding these squirrels. I spent a fortune to take care of my dog. Every time I went to Costco, she either got a blanket or a towel or a sheet or a toy or something. I always gave her gifts. So with the squirrels, I just go out there every day now. I'm not going to be able to do that soon. It's not going to. We're definitely going to get rain out here, but rain out in LA is kind of weird. We either, like where I'm at right now, if it's pouring in LA, the odds of it raining here are next to nothing. There's a little strip, and I don't know why, but this little strip of on Earth just doesn't seem to get rain when the rest of the neighborhood's getting rain. So if it's raining, I'm definitely not going to go out, and I'll have to figure out what I'm going to do, because squirrels still go out and eat when it's raining. And I put bird seed out every day, but bird seed that's out there and wet for a couple days turns to mold and can make the birds sick. But this is now like this is the wildlife restaurant of the neighborhood. The crows circle everywhere. The crows are just annoying. But right now, there are doves over here. I've never seen doves. I just saw finches. And so we got the little birds, we got the big birds, we got the birds on the roof, the birds on the power lines, the birds on the neighbor's house, on the ground. Um, Here's another number. When I was last week, the week before, I counted over 30 some birds. I think it was like 35 birds. Um, Out in the yard and on the roof and on the power lines. And they were just sitting there. They just sat there. I was able to count them because they weren't moving. And there's birds in the trees. So there's little birds. There are a whole bunch of nests in this tree outside. So there's baby birds. There's the big adult birds on the lines. The baby birds are eating the pecans and the walnuts. Squirrely 1, Squirrely 2, Squirrely 3 are eating the pecans, the almonds, and the walnuts. I bought a bag of mixed nuts. I'm going to put them back out there, but I don't know if they're going to eat them. They didn't really seem too thrilled, even though it's got all the other nuts. I'll put them out. I'll get it out there and see what happens. And I just won't buy those anymore. And I bought a bag of pistachios, shell pistachios, which are very expensive. I think that's like $17. This place is crawling with nuts. And if they don't eat the pistachios, then I'll just throw them out there. Throw $17 on the ground, and the crows will come over and eat them. So, yeah, it's a tough night. I used to love New Year's Eve. The dog never barked at the fireworks. Never. I'd give her a big hug and a kiss, and I'd say, go to bed. And she'd just go to sleep, and she'd sleep through all the noise. And this is the first year without that. And yesterday I went online, and I got a little thing on the phone that said highlights of 2024, and there were pictures of her. Hold on. There's a video of her when I was at the vet, and they told me that she was very sick. And I said, take a picture of me holding her because I don't know if she'll be alive much longer. So that photo showed up yesterday. And then photos of her with the IV bandage around her leg. And I turned away, but I think there was a picture of her right before they put her down. So that's what I'm dealing with tonight. And as I said, I would love to be on the sofa and stretching out and watching some of the fireworks and eating dinner. And she's sitting on that sofa. And until I go in there, usually when I go in there, that's the wake-up call. And she'll say, oh, I'm leaving right now. But she doesn't leave. She goes in the kitchen and the cards and the nebulizer and the TV. And it's like I just can't get away from it. So this is not the way to be starting a new year. But this year has been an absolute disaster. And I moved. After a long time trying to sell, which was extremely difficult. So I lost the dog. I put the place up for sale. I moved in here. No, that's all backwards. I moved in here. The dog got sick. I put the dog down. The place went up for sale. And this place is a nightmare. And everybody knows, I'm not embarrassed to admit it, this place is a nightmare. And I'll just leave it at that. So, Happy New Year to, like I said at the beginning, Happy New Year to everybody that left me a super chat this year, which is nobody. Happy New Year to everybody that left me a donation, which is nobody. Happy New Year to, not happy birthday, Happy New Year to everybody that joined my channel that I've had for 10 years, which is nobody. And I guess that's it. Peace out, people.